It's very simple. This is a very, very straightforward bike. There's not a whole lot going on. It's simplicity at its best. I just sold my 2022 Santa Cruz Bronson, and I considered many bikes. I had that Bronson up for sale for quite some time, so I've been looking on what I was gonna get to replace the Bronson. I considered an e-bike, but that's gonna be a story for later. I landed on the Norco Fluid, and there were three things in particular that drew me to this bike: geometry, components, and price. It's considered a trail bike, but I consider it to be more of an aggressive trail bike, and here's why. It has an enduro geometry. From the wheelbase, keeps me stable going fast, to the reach, to the head tube angle is just, again, slack enough for the steeps. A couple of months back, I had the opportunity to ride the Ibis Ripley AF. Super fun bike. I've always owned just really big, long travel bikes. And so when I got on that Ripley, which was a size medium, a bit small for me, but it was so much fun.
This here is, I think it's a 2021 Ibis Ripley AF 29er. All right, that was not as smooth as my longer travel, my Bronson.
Compared to some of the bigger bikes that I've ridden, those bigger bikes, you know, they compensate for a whole lot of lack of skills, if you would. They're very forgiving. You know, they feel very plush. And so when I got on that Ripley, I just found that it wanted me to be in control.
There's some fast rock bands here.
And so it required a whole lot of input from me, but in a fun way. It left me with wanting a trail bike. So I was actually gonna buy a Ripley. I considered it a whole lot, but I just wasn't convinced on the geometry as much. And so then I remembered this one, which I think has won a couple of awards. And I looked at the geometry and I was convinced. So this brings me to a very important note here.
Now let's check in with Doodle Bob for his thoughts in our new segment, Drawing Conclusions.
I highly recommend that you go with the sizing chart or the recommendations from Norco. I was hesitant to get the large because of that 480 reach. I'm 5'9", and I typically ride 450 reach. This 480 is just, it's amazing. It's actually pretty mind-blowing to me that I'm finding it so comfortable and so spot on. So geometry was and is a big factor on why I got this bike. The second thing is just the overall spec, the build of this bike. I honestly can't think of any other build, any other brand out there that's selling a bike for just $3,150 US dollars that comes spec'd with this. TRP brakes, the slates. And then you got the Marzocchi up front. It's like a Fox 34. And in fact, Marzocchi, if you don't know, the parent company is Fox. And I ran Marzocchi before and I love Marzocchi. So this fork is just perfect for the price for this type of bike. And then I have the Fox Float X out back. It's the performance, so it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but I mean, come on, right? For the price. The tires is the first time that I'm actually running these tires. So far, so good, right? So up front, you got the Victoria out back you have the Martello. They feel soft and grippy, so no complaints about the tires. The drivetrain, SLX shifter with an XT, derailleur out back. The two things that I've changed on this bike are the handlebars. It comes with a 20 mil rise E13 bar. I just happen to have a 30 mil rise. I kind of like the stack height being a little bit higher, I guess. I'm still experimenting with the spacers here, and I think I got it to where I like it now. And then the saddle, I'm a fan of WTB Gold saddle. It's probably my favorite. It has been my favorite saddle, the most comfortable saddle that I've had in the last 8 years. So, and then I did put on pedals. I threw on these PNW long pedals, and so far they're amazing. So it has a 203 rotor up front and a 180 out back. WTB grips. The dropper is a Tellus, and I think it's a 170 or 175. I think if I get a 200, I'll be able to slam it, obviously, all the way down to the frame. The first thing was geometry. Second thing is the components, or the build of the bike. The third thing, the price, $3,149. And I know I keep saying it, but it's just pretty mind-blowing that you get this much at that price level. So when I saw this, I was convinced. Geometry, components, and price. It's just everything works together. And then a really nice touch that they did, right? This is an aluminum frame, but they actually sanded down the welds in most of the frame, so it almost gives it that carbon look. And so I'm very happy with it so far. I'm only on my second ride today. And I still want to put on more miles so I can get it feeling right for my type of riding and the trails that I ride. And then I'll be able to provide or give some a review in terms of what I think about it, how it rides, who I recommend it for, and so on. Again, this is my 2023 Norco Fluid FSA2, and I love it. I hope that you found this video useful, and if you did, hit that like button. Go ahead and hit subscribe if you haven't. And I will see you on the next video, which should hopefully be within a week. Wrap up that review video on this bike. Until next time, ride your own ride. God bless.